We should be on.
We're ready.
Yes.
So the March 2023 meeting of the Alamanced County Historic Properties Commission will come to order. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the January 11, 22 meeting? Can I reach out to anybody other than the
Just typos. My name is spelled wrong on the last page. Yeah, on the last page twice, it's Ladurie. And under announcements, should be maybe use Smith trophies. Instead of maybe. On the agenda for today, it should be March 14th instead of.
We did correct that, yeah.
I move to accept the minutes as revised for January 11, 2020.
So we've got a motion and a second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Good. Now, have we had a chance to review the more recent minutes from January 10th, 23 meeting?
So right to me.
Found no typos?
No typos. I'll make the motion we accept the minutes of January 10th, 2023.
So we got a motion and a second on the 23 January meeting minutes. All in favor, aye? Opposed? All right, we're clipping right along. So in old business, we've been talking about plaques and markers and things for quite some time. And Ms. Hadley's going to talk about that a little bit.
Well, I did go to Bethel when they had the historical unveiling for the school, the monument. Of course, John was there. But anyway, I just had a brainstorm that perhaps that might be a setting to have the plaques for John Braxton and Pat Bailey. I ran that by Katrina Coble, John Braxton's daughter, and she said that she thinks it would be better to leave that just for the school. Her idea is that her mother, John's widow, Judy, would appreciate a plaque in memory of John Braxton, and to put wherever she would like, and that the Bailey family perhaps would, would appreciate one being presented by us and put where they would like. She did mention the sesquicentennial here at Port Square as an idea of a place for a plaque. However, she said there's lots of historians, and it might cause some hard feelings if those two were honored and not the others. So I had emailed Rodney, but he didn't get, but just my opinion is I think Katrina has a good idea of us getting a plaque to present to each of the families and let them do with place them where they would like. That's my suggestion.
Do you still have the minutes from the meeting when we talked about Pat's plaque?
Yes, at home.
Okay. Well, clearly we ain't doing it about it tonight. If I remember right, Ms. Hadley, the original plan was to put Pat's plaque down there in that area
Gazebo. It was a gazebo.
at the church. Now, that certainly wasn't set in stone. That was just a motion that was made. And if the consensus of the church and the school is that they would prefer it not be there, I'm gonna take the real high road here and say, ain't we all glad Rodney didn't go out there and put that plaque up and get us all in trouble. So,
Katrina is chairman of that committee, correct, John? And if that's what the Baileys want, I say, go for the Shaws,
right,
Baileys want, I say, that's their decision. If
Braxton prefer
Braxton's
not.
want theirs, that's their option.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm in 100%. I'm just offering for background on this, that when we originally talked about it, the thought was to put it down there because it's close to her home where she went to church, and it would all tie it in. However, if the committee prefers it not be there, well, I've got no problem making a change.
Well, I could send that email to these two people to verify that. what
Yeah.
Katrina sent to me.
Well, that's fine. And if you don't mind putting your hands on the actual verbiage, then we can. But candidly, my personal opinion is having a plaque and giving it to the family and allowing them to do with it as they choose. It is not a good idea, but a great idea.
Now, is this something y'all want to present at a meeting here, at a commissioner meeting? Or do we not know that for sure? Need that discussion?
Well, this board has already decided on Pat's plaque. So really, all we need to do is work the logistics out as to where it's actually going. I think we should, because we haven't officially voted on John's plaque.
Right.
All right, so we need to work on that far as the verbiage, what it's gonna say. And, you know, the original plan was for it to be an outdoor plaque, which means it needs to be cast aluminum or some type of metal. But if it's gonna be an indoor plaque for the family to put on the wall in the house, well, it could be a wood plaque with a brass plate on it. So that changes up the parameters, particularly from this perspective, a lot as far as what we're gonna do.
So is there a precedent for this meeting? Have we, in the past, have we done something similar where they've allowed the family members to make a decision?
You know, I'm not sure that we have. And I'm not sure that we've had two original, you know, I'm gonna use the word charter members, but if I'm not mistaken, Johnny Braxton or John Braxton, we still say John, but John Braxton and Pat Bailey were original members of the Historic Properties Commission. Does that sound right to
I
you?
think that's part of what we discussed before, a little bit that I could find.
Okay. And
Were there any other original members?
well, yeah, there was however many there originally were, there were always.
What about that Troxler? See, original member.
Steve,
George Troxler. We'd have to go back and look and see, but I'm sure that there were no members who served 40+ years on this board. That's what we didn't have. When it started, wasn't it 78 or 79?
I believe that's what we found, yeah.
Yeah. So there would have been 5 or 8 or 10 or maybe 13 original members. There certainly would have been a slate. And then they would have started rotating on and off and doing like that. But through the whole time would have been Pat and Johnny. So that's kind of the reason behind it.
That said, to Tanya's point, is it better from approaching this that we run it by the board of commissioners just to keep them in the loop? And
Well, and that's just if we're gonna honor them like by the county, it should be the highest level of the county. Because they serve the county, not just the school. But that's up to more than, yes.
It's just a
Did-
bit of pipe, yeah, I like the.
Didn't we give Johnny one of them letters when he retired from this board that came from the commissioners with all the whereases and here's there's holes and hither yawns and
I'm not sure.
What year was that?
oh, let's see, what's this 23, 20, 19?
Something, yeah, around in that time, yes.
But let's look into that, because I think we've already given him an official thank you for your service, because when he turned his resignation in, you know, here again, jovially, I accepted it with the understanding that if we had a question, we could still call on him for answers and stuff like that right there, which he said, you asked me things I know. I'm just not becoming me. And it
I
was,
just feel like it was before that, because I started in 18 and I don't think he was on the board when I was here.
well, it could have been.
That far back.
So what year did Pat pass?
Gosh, that was back in 2014, 2015, wasn't it?
Maybe. I know it was in cold weather. I know at the funeral home, there was, the memorabilia just went on for miles. And I asked one of the children, and I don't remember which one it was now, but if they remembered the story of her being in Rome at the Vatican and standing there with the Pope, and somebody in the crowd said, "Who is that guy up there wearing all white?" And the response was, "I don't know who that guy is, but that baby's standing there beside him." And whichever one of those children I was talking to, they laughed, said, "Well, that sounds just like Mama." And of course, that's when I started laughing.
So 17, he was not on the board.
Okay. Johnny wasn't on it in 17.
Right.
Okay. Well, it must have been,
Wow.
must have been 4 then.
All right, so he was on in 16.
Okay.
Looks like his term expired December of 17, but did he put his resignation before his term? That's why he didn't show up in 17. So sometime in 16 is when he goes next.
Okay. I think if y'all look at it, you'll see that there's already been a
So let me go back to that. See if I have any of that.
resolution of gratitude or thanks or something like that. Am I remembering this right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I know there are people in this room just a smell older than me.
There's a couple of
But it seems like I'm supposed to remember everything. And since I don't have Ray here to help me remember, this really taxing.
I don't see anything in the file, but I could go back to the old software commission. You think it was presented here or at commissioners? Because if it was whereases and stuff, it may have been presented at commissioner level.
It could be.
Might take some digging for me to figure out what we do.
Do you mind looking into that? Helping her with it?
Right.
Okay. That might make it a little easier, 2 people looking into it. So, thank you for bringing to our attention that this needs to be handled a little more delicately than just making up a plaque and putting it up on a post and saying, well, there it is. And I'm sorry for the not getting the email. I need to work on that. That's not on my list.
There weren't as many meetings that year as some other years. I'm not finding where, at least on your agenda, there was anything recognizing, so maybe it wasn't. Commissioner Lowe. But that's still gonna take some thinking. This is just a straight out of the gate answer.
Yes, ma'am.
I see down here that says Tuesday, April 11th, 2017.
2017.
Proclamation for John Braxton, new business.
I can't believe your email goes back and forth.
Jessica Dougherty was a plan.
April 11th, you said?
Yes. It's an April 6th, 2017 agenda.
That's on our phone. You need to learn.
That's just
something.
crazy.
When that phone of mine was in that accident,
All right, let me,
just,
Was it
Um,
an accident?
she's right. Let me get this up so y'all can see it.
May not
as hard as I could. on the floor.
They don't like that.
There we go.
That's what she said.
There you go. Whereas-
Uh-oh.
Let's see,
Proclaimed by the Board of Commissioners.
Board of Commissioners.
But there's no date on the bottom. So this must have been y'all reviewing it. And then I can go back and look at if this made it forward to the commissioners in 2017.
Okay,
If in fact we've already done that, then we wouldn't do that twice.
Right.
I'll mess up the screen. I could go right now, but I'll get with y'all on that. We will be needing to have a meeting next month so we can get back with y'all on that.
okay. That right there be fine. So is there any more discussion about the plaques? Okay. We're moving to the new business. So we do have an application. And we do a whole bunch of things. I'm compelled to say, if we're gonna have a meeting next month, give her an opportunity to come in here and talk to us. Y'all want to take action on it tonight? The floor is open.
It's a good idea. It's not-
Was she invited?
Yes, it was kind of last minute. We
Oh.
thought she had been notified by somebody else, so we called to verify today. So in fairness to her, she got very last minute notice.
But we are having a meeting next month.
Right, y'all, there's several members here that need to be reappointed.
Okay.
We can get to that in the next business.
Okay. Well, would it be an imposition if we ask somebody in the office over there to send her an email tomorrow and to give her 30 days?
Absolutely. we'll
heads
take
up?
care of that.
Is everybody in agreement with that? Is that-
Yes.
All right. Well, it's down there to announcements. We ain't gonna set no record tonight.
I'm sorry.
Make this one for the books.
I'm taking it. So, let me get to the right screen here. We've got several members that your terms expire different times of the year. So we have Robbie, you're due up at the end of this year, but let's see if I can follow this line. Okay, Lori, you actually expire at the end of this month. And then Chris Wells as well. And then Eric, you're the end of this month as well. And Ms. Hadley is the end of April. So those would be the new business. We'll need everybody to reapply for their positions. You can do that through the webpage. You can do it in the office. We can make arrangements, whatever we need to do.
Well, I'm gonna put all of you on the spot. Anybody doesn't want to be reappointed. Should we go ahead and take some action on Lori, since even
We
though she
don't-
hadn't got her application?
Yeah, we
in,
can officially take action and get you on an agenda with proper notice, blah, blah, blah. Has to be done.
That would be best. We can reflect on it.
All right. I made an offer. We can't do that, so. Any other announcements?
We actually have hired a new planner. He's doing it on Friday. So y'all start seeing him. We'll probably do what we did with Taylor once everybody's trained up to alternate planners here. We expect there's some activity stirred about in Mebane and in Haw River for historic opportunities. So sooner rather than later, they think really soon, I think late summer, fall, they should have applications ready because they're wanting to modify some existing buildings down there and get certificates of appropriateness. You know, you did Granite Mills, gosh, I believe that was 2019 when we did that. And then we did the whole historic district down there in Haw River. I think that was 21-ish maybe. But they're going to come in and redo the mills that are across from Granite Mills. And they're going to need some certificates of appropriateness for that. It's good thing. And they'll be sending out, I think, pretty quick, some opportunities for certification. You know, we have to have 4 board members sit through, well, 3 board members and staff member, I think it is, each year to keep our certification, to sit through the trainings, and they give several opportunities. They may, in fact, ask us again. We did in August, we put well, we offered the space. They did the presentation for training. We actually did it at Elon University at the football stadium kind of training area. It was a really nice space. So we're hoping they asked again. They seem like they were. They usually come like later in the summer and talk to us about it. So if we do that, that'd be great if we can get as much of this forward there as possible.
I've been wondering about, I haven't seen any of those in quite a while.
They've got a couple that they've done way down east that really, they're talking about floods and things like that that really weren't as appropriate for us. So we haven't sent those out. But we know they'll be coming west some. They usually do one in Raleigh too. In the old library. I think I've been once. You've probably been down there too. The old library.
Maybe.
Yeah. There's a big auditorium and it's kind of, it's feels historic itself. I guess it's for families, but they usually do something in Raleigh so that anybody from around the state can come. On a Friday at the worst traffic of the week. It's all for us.
Well, all right. Anybody else got anything else? I'm trying to see if I could use the word else in the sentence 3 times and I just couldn't put that together.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.